Raw meat can contain bacteria, viruses, and parasites. If consumed, these can lead to foodborne illness and even death. Cooking kills bacteria, viruses, and parasites, and thus makes meat safe to eat.
The meats firmly on the dangerous when raw list are chicken and pork, which might be carrying even more harmful microbes than beef. Infectious diarrhea-causing Campylobacter strains can live in chicken guts, and the crowded, dirty conditions at many chicken farms mean that lots of raw chicken may be contaminated. Pigs, on the other hand, have historically harbored the parasitic worm Trichinella spiralis, although modern farming practices mostly prevent it from spreading. The larvae form cysts inside of the muscle tissue of pigs, so if you eat infected, undercooked pork, some worms will make a home in your gut. You should always pass on the pork tartare.
How does he poop? There's seriously like no fiber in any of this food.
I wish I was special. You're so fucking special.
Most often, foodborne illnesses in meat are caused by Salmonella and E. coli. Poultry and ground meats need to be cooked to 165 degrees Fahrenheit to be safe. Whole cuts of beef need to be cooked to 145 degrees, and pork products need to be cooked to 160 degrees Fahrenheit to be safe. Cooking meat to these temperatures will minimize the risk for foodborne illness from consuming raw meat.
The food that pisses me off is oatmeal, because oatmeal is peasant food. Oatmeal sucks minerals out of your body because it's high in phytic acid, and it spikes your blood sugar more than ice cream. So it is not a superfood by any measure. It's just marketed as one.
Oh, poor Dave. Oatmeal does not suck minerals out of the body. And oatmeal is one of the healthiest things we can eat. It's something that I try to fit into my daily diet.
So that's industrial engine lubricant that could lower your risk of having a heart attack.
Coca-Cola is good for you.
Only compared to dairy milk, for example, in terms of IGF-1.
Yeah, but it's not there, is
pro-aging
it?
hormone. It just shows how powerful the dairy protein can boost the level of this pro-cancer, pro-aging enzyme.
Okay, stop. Liver King, currently aged 48, built his massive online presence by consuming more meat. Jeff the Bat, currently aged 74, is a globally recognized vegan chef and fitness enthusiast. Liver King has been known to say things like, why eat vegetables when you can eat testicles? Jeff the Bet, on the other hand, you don't have to admit anything but death. That's the only thing I'm asking you to stop ingesting. But here's the question, who are you going to get your health advice from?
I've seen this guy before, and I know he loves eating raw food. The first thing that comes to mind just with rotten meat is when something smells really bad, looks bad, it's kind of this primitive system saying, watch out, buddy.
Chicken is one of the culture mediums they use for growing bacteria. If a bacteria gets into it, it will grow very rapidly and can kill you. And then?
So it fixed my skin from the inside out, top 1% testosterone.
Yeah, my brain fog anxiety, there are so many other factors involved.
Yeah, and medical experts said I would be dead.
Tell me about that. I've never heard a doctor say, you know, Zach, you should be dead. The influencers seem to distance themselves from a sense of responsibility about what they say, and I think that's kind of naughty.
You may love those raw meats, but they may not love you. You can contract foodborne illnesses, which are coming from those foods that will cause food poisoning. This is caused by foods that are contaminated with bacteria, viruses, parasites, and even toxins. We look at Salmonella clostridium, we look at perfringens, E. coli, Listeria monocytogenes, and Campylobacter. And yes, here's the answer. The way to reduce your risk altogether from getting sick and contaminating those bacteria, viruses, and pathogens is to cook them properly to the right internal temperature.
First off, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, no, I would never eat that. I would never eat that. I'd eat that, and I would eat those if they were cooked. So why do you say this is healthy for us?
Well, I was dying of multiple myeloma and lymphoma and stomach cancer 40 years ago. They said I would never be able to eat any raw food again, that if I ate even a banana or an apple, that I'd have to steam it. The cancer resurfaced again when I was about 30 years old, and I decided that I was just not going to live through it again because it was very painful. So I ate the raw meat to kill myself, and it did just the opposite. It invigorated me for the first time in my life. Would you like to see?
Have you prepared it specially? Is it a particular kind of meat?
No, well, my preparation is to leave it out to get room temperature. This is a little cold. There's no taste. It's like, you know, paper.
Do you buy it from the regular grocery store?
No, this is Rocky Jr. chicken, which is grown on non-GMO corn.
Do you eat fruits and vegetables, or do you just pretty much eat raw
I
meat?
eat one fruit a day and vegetable juice, not whole vegetables.
This is a raw meat animal with a full, round face. A later examination of the skull showed a firmly developed zygomatic arch. The frontal sinuses were complete, and calcium content of the bones throughout the body ranged from 12 to 17% by weight. The skulls of adult cats with a long ancestry of raw food diets are surprisingly constant. Here we find the development of a second-generation cooked meat animal. The head has begun to flatten and is actually smaller than the comparable raw meat cat. The skull shows the major reasons for this change. The zygomatic arch is not completed. The nasal development is somewhat irregular, and the calcium content has fallen to 10%. Third-generation cooked meat animals show the most remarkable skeletal change. The skull is considerably smaller. It is flat with pointed features. The skull shows a poorly developed zygomatic arch. The bones are paper-thin and soft like sponge rubber. The frontal sinuses had developed in a peculiar fashion, and the calcium content of the bones had fallen to a low 3% by weight.